A Crawford Broadcasting God and Country station.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Good morning and welcome to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business and your business is our business.
Absolutely. And we are just rocking and rolling through this incredible week. I know yesterday, I don't know what it was about yesterday. I just felt like I walked into Monday 3 days behind.
Well, yeah, because, you know, ever since the 4th of July, let's blame it on the holiday, we've been like a day off.
Well, no. I'm not blaming it on the 4th of July.
Oh, I think we should.
I would never blame it on a vacation or a holiday or a day off. I need those.
Yeah. Okay. So, but even even still, keeping that in perspective.
Turns out I'm all better today because, you know, here's what it was.
Oh.
I just needed a good night's sleep.
Is that what it was?
That's all it was.
You had the whole weekend for that.
No, it was my birthday weekend.
Oh, yeah. I've had a lot of people asking me how you're doing.
I'm doing just fine. Yesterday, I was a little slow. But I'm just fine today.
Oh my! Can I tell them?
Tell them what?
You know that whole.
Did you just enjoy just a nice little Coca-Cola right there?
No,
Was that a Coca-Cola
I just
refreshing
enjoyed
moment?
an entire bottle of Prosecco.
It was 5 hours, 5.5 hours. One bottle, one drink.
One bottle, one drink.
One drink.
That should be your new mantra. One bottle, one drink. Happy birthday.
Happy belated. Yeah.
No, it's not belated because it's
still within the week, right? Yes, because my birthday was actually Saturday. So, and actually celebrated by having a birthday party for my mom. My mom's birthday falls in the same week.
And so do your daughters. I mean, everybody's having birthdays.
And yesterday I was on the Facebook. There's like 10 friends of mine had birthdays. It's like birthday palooza.
You just go back 9 months and it was
birthday,
a great
everybody.
season.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Happy birthday. So probably like the middle of winter, right?
Yeah.
Probably the first snow.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means.
It means we have to get cozy.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
You said you didn't know what that means.
I got it. Okay.
And then I start to answer, and he's like, okay, so sometimes you do that, and I don't respond. You're like, Angel, this is the place you're supposed to say something. You're supposed to talk. So then when I do say something, you're like, yeah, no, don't. I wasn't. I'm trying to keep up with you.
Hey, would you dig going into a hotel and being served by an animatronic velociraptor?
Oh, maybe. Is it like Jurassic?
It's kind of Jurassic, but it's not a scary one because it's got a little bellboy's hat on.
How cute is that?
Wearing a little bellboy costume.
Are you going to start wearing costumes?
Not me.
I know. I would love for Eric to wear costumes. He does not do costumes.
That is so wrong on so many different levels. I don't even know where to start.
You know, my mom had a 60s party.
I wasn't invited.
I know, because I told her you wouldn't wear costumes.
That's true.
It was costume only.
Yeah. So
could have come as Austin Powers
in Japan. Yeah, baby.
Or who's the other guy? The guy with the gray suit. The bald guy with the gray.
Mr. Clean?
No, in the Austin Powers movie.
Oh, the Mr. Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil. Yeah, you could have been Dr. Evil. Mm-hmm. Because at the location where she had the party, they had these great Dr. Evil chairs.
I most certainly could not be Mini-Me. No, in Japan, there is a Japanese hotel that is manned entirely of robots.
Really?
Including a realistic-looking, Japanese realistic-looking woman and a bow tie-clad velociraptor.
Cool.
It's called the Henna Hotel, not Henna. Henna Hotel, which translates to weird hotel. And they greet you, including, there's a concierge robot that's kind of like in the shape of a tulip. His name is Thule. And they control the lights in the rooms and all that stuff.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
All
I
right.
just think it would be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, just a fun experience, a fun environment. I mean, if it kind of goes with the theme. I mean, if you showed up at, the Marriott and there was like velociraptor. It might just
go with the theme.
No, but if it goes with the theme, it's all right. That's good marketing.
Small children disappear in the middle of the night, but the velociraptor is well fed.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
I like it.
There you go.
You going to go there? Are we going there? Are we going to book it?
No, I don't think so. It's in Japan.
You don't want to go to Japan?
Not today.
It's a long flight.
I got to get to Seattle first. We're going to...
You can get there.
Yeah, I know. It's on the way.
Uh-huh.
Sort of. All right. We got a good show. Oh my gosh, we got a good show going on.
We actually really do.
Yeah.
We really do. I looked it up this morning. We got great guests, good stuff, good topics. New brand launches happening today. We've got already Stan Shields is here. We're going to talk about protecting your kids. I mean, all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Let's get it going.
I think we should. You ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? We've got Mindy at the board. She started our show for the very first time. She's actually been here training. She's going to do weekend shows, but she's been for the last couple of weeks practicing with the Experience Pros radio show, and she's all by her big girl self today.
She got this thing.
She does. Yes. All right, Mindy, take us away.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Your business is growing, but your computers are slowing. We can fix that. We're C-Squared Computer Consulting, and we can help you take on the challenges of your growing business by helping you get the most out of your systems through availability managed services. We provide reliable protection with 24/7 system monitoring. Check us out at c2cc.net or call us at 303-933-1113. That's C-Squared Computer Consulting at c2cc.net.
The business professionals at Extreme Relationship Management know that networking is one of the best ways to create word-of-mouth marketing for your business. They also know that many of you feel like it's a complete waste of time. The difference is knowing how to network and what to do with all those business cards that you collect. Tune in every Thursday to learn about the ERM networking laws, and be sure to sign up for the next ERM class. Extreme Relationship Management offers training and events to help you realize how rewarding networking can be. Train it the ERM way. Find them online at extremerelationshipmanagement.com and call 855-I-LIKE-ERM to find out more about their next class.
One of the most important tools in your business is your phone, and you can't afford dropped calls. You can afford Edgetronics. They get your phone system to work for you, not against you. As a certified veteran-owned business, they'll serve your business with honor, and they guarantee you'll always be able to reach them. Call today at 303-766-1699. That's 303-766-1699. Give your phone some love, and you'll love the outcome. You can't afford intermittent service or static phone lines. You can afford Edgetronics. 303-766-1699 or online at Edgetronics, that's with an X.com.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Finding care for an aging parent or loved one can be a simple and hassle-free process with Home Care Assistance Denver by your side. They are locally owned and provide hourly as well as 24/7 live-in services by caregivers that are custom-matched based on client needs. They personalize every care plan to fit your loved one's very specific needs. Call them today to schedule your free in-home assessment. 720-443-3371. 720-443-3371. More information can be found at homecareassistancedenver.com. They love serving your loved ones. Call now. 720-443-3371.
John Rush, this afternoon from 3 to 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experienced pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Thank you so very much for joining us. We appreciate that. Boy, I am excited for our next guest.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's summertime. Our kids are around. We're doing things a little differently. We might even, just be a little bit more relaxed in our routines and systems, which is why we love having Stan from ATA Family Martial Arts in the studio with us. 5th degree black belt, 2-time ATA world champion. He just actually competed in another thing just this last weekend. Now 3-time. Oh, sorry. Please excuse me. I'm sorry. We must correct that.
You've been updated.
3-time ATA world champion just happened over this weekend.
Congratulations.
Fantastic guy, fantastic friend, wonderful person in the community, and somebody who's going to help you keep your kids safe all summer long. Stan, welcome to the show.
Good morning, guys.
Congratulations on your recent award. That is brilliant.
Sorry, my notes are 2 weeks old. I mean, they're so yeah. That was so last week.
Yeah. Stan, you're a favorite here on the show, and the reason is because you care for children and you're so community minded. And we want to talk a little bit about summer safety and what's going on with the kids.
Big thing with the kids is helping them be aware, right? And because I think a lot of parents out there at this point, some are a little nervous about telling kids that they're bad people. Out there, right? Sure. So I think a little too often we try and sugarcoat it maybe. And so we want kids to just be aware that there are bad people and they can keep themselves safe as long as they just pay attention and take the right actions.
I think we want to protect their innocence. And so I think there's an element of that. You don't want to tell them how awful and dark the world is. And there's how much is too much, but then at the same time, they are so innocent and they're so willing to go along with somebody and just not to be aware of their surroundings.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is scary. Okay, so tip number 1 is just talking about awareness.
That's right.
All right. How about I know something you guys talk about in the studio at ATA Family Martial Arts is kind of that tingly feeling, those butterflies in the stomach.
That's right.
Trust in their intuition. How do you talk about that with a 6-year-old?
I have a great example for them. I say, you ever done something that is not right and you're going to get in trouble for it? And you get that funny feeling in your stomach.
Oh, you're like, yep. Oh.
And they all start laughing and they go, oh, yeah, I know what that feeling
happens about once a segment.
It's once a segment. I say, that's the feeling. When you get that in your stomach, that something's wrong, right? Okay. And that we have to follow that and get ourselves out of that situation. And that goes for adults as well. Right.
We do. We need to trust that intuition. That's right. And I think sometimes, and Stan, do you guys cover, we often hear in the news that it's not always a stranger.
That's right. That's right.
It's often somebody which is even more frightening.
It is even more frightening. And yet you developed a response, Stan, that is perhaps our third tip, right?
Exactly.
And this response, I heard this for the first time last week, and it's brilliant. So please share with our listeners what you train 4, 5, 6-year-olds all the way up to respond in a situation that gives you that little tingle.
Let me go ask my mom.
Come on.
Or let me go ask my dad.
Yeah. You want me to go with you? Go see the puppies? Take the candy? Hold on for a second. I got to go ask my dad.
That's right. Because if the situation is legitimate, there's not going to be an issue with going and asking mom or dad. Right?
No, of course not. My kids bring friends home after school. Do you guys want to come in for a popsicle? Let me go ask my mom and dad. Absolutely. Let's call them. Let's make sure they know where you are. I want your mom and dad to know where you are. I don't want them freaking out and worried about you.
That's right.
And so but this is something we have to instill in them and train them over and over again. So it's a great response.
1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you have to do it so much. And even if it is a relative or somebody that you know or whatever, it's still the same response. Let me go ask my mom or dad. Right? Yeah, that should be the key thing.
So they're aware. They know sometimes weird things happen. They've got this little funny feeling. And now they're saying, let me go ask my mom and dad. And right there, I mean, those 3 things right there could probably change a lot of situations for some kiddos.
It could.
And we're only halfway through the tips.
That's right.
All right. What about what's another good one?
So magic word or magic code, right? Code word. We used to call it a secret word, but we're kind of moving away from that a little bit because we want to teach kids not to keep secrets from their parents. Right.
Yeah.
And so we want to call it the magic word, right? Or the code. Right. Okay. Please and thank you. But even more in depth than please and thank you, we want so that if somebody comes up and says, they may use the messenger and they come up and they say, your mom or dad or somebody's been in an accident or I need for you to go with me. They're waiting for you. I'm going to take you to see them. Then the child should say, what's the code word? Right. And if the person doesn't know the code word, then they need to go and seek help.
Yeah.
You know what? And even if you don't have one, you should just even ask, what's the code word? Because the stranger doesn't know or the adult doesn't know that they don't have a code word. Just ask them anyways.
Yeah. That's right.
I need the code word. And that's good. And we've heard that. We've heard that in the past. But you probably should change it up once in a while, do you think?
I think you should change it very often. Right. Yeah. And because kids, as much as we tell them not to share things, they will.
Yes, they do.
They'll talk about it.
They've got especially, some of those little latchkey kids, they're telling their friends, look, I've got a key, nobody's home. And they're flashing it and showing it off. And it's it is a scary world. And I think but if we can just be aware, if we can just be protective, have just some conversations, an environment where we're having, just talking about it with our kids, we don't feel so vulnerable.
Exactly. And that's really tip number 5 is communication, right? Being willing and open to listen and not make snap judgments, not make snap reactions to what kids may say. Because, as a parent, sometimes if you are open, they come to you with things that just shock you.
That never happens.
And and I think having those spaces, I always planned my day, Stan, to be home when my kids got home from school, because they would walk in, they'd be famished. They're rummaging through the fridge and the pantry. They're hungry and they're just chatting.
Right.
And they're talking about their day and so did this and I saw this. But if I waited until dinner to say, so what happened today?
That's right.
Nothing.
They forgot.
Yeah, it's over.
Right. All right, Stan, great tips for summer safety for our children and good advice for the parents as well.
That's right.
And you folks, you can get much more, including, and we didn't even talk about the martial arts side and the training and the discipline and all that goes on.
Or the 10 evil warriors.
Right. ATA Family Martial Arts. Where do we contact more information from you?
kicksforall.com/events.
Okay, so kicks, the number 4, all.com/events.
Exactly.
All right. And a phone number for people who say, you know what, I want to sign up for your camps, your trainings, your anything.
Right. 303-220-5956. And by the way, I did put these tips are on our website. So if they went to kicksforall.com/events, look to the right, you'll see documents.
Yeah, print that off,
so
have it over
important.
at dinner, talk about it at dinner tonight and over the weekend. And print that off and make sure you have it. Are you still, is it too late to sign up for the enrichment camps for the summer?
No, it's not too late. That's next week.
Okay.
Yeah, fun camp, 2 hours of martial arts, 2 hours of Center Stage Stars dance, and 2 hours with Yak Language Academy, and then 2 hours at Dart Wars. So it's a lot of fun.
What's the age limit?
Kicks
5 to 12.
There you go.
So
You
45,
just
45,
made it.
just isn't
There's a
it?
5 in 4. All right. So kicks4, the number 4 all.com. Go check out the events. Sign up for all kinds of great stuff for your kids. Download the tips that we just talked about. Like Angel said, talk about it over dinner. It is so important. Communicate with your kids. All right, when we come back, business tips and insights. You're listening to Angel and Erica, the most positive business talk show in America.
The experienced pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Landlords, listen up. If you have investment property, you need Legacy Properties PM. Devin Bewley will absolutely get you the highest rent possible, handle every imaginable emergency, and make sure that your property is well cared for. He visits every property regularly and knows that he's working for you. Legacy Properties PM, where their promise to you is simple. If your property isn't earning you money, you owe them nothing. There's nothing to lose. 720-989-1996. Mention Experience Pros and they'll waive the first month's management fee.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Bumper Dock Denver is now open for bumper repair, windshield chip repair, paintless dent, ding, and auto body repair, and they're upfront and honest about prices, usually posted in the lobby. As your car's cosmetic surgeon, Bumper Dock Denver also does headlight restoration, interior repair, detailing, paint touch-up, and wheel repair, all at fair prices and usually in a day or less. If your car gets injured, just call the doc. Bumper Dock Denver, 303-369-7292. That's 303-369-7292. Online at bumperdockdenver.com.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Let's talk about advertising. It's a key element for growing your company and making sure people are aware of your brand. If you're going to put a half-page ad into a magazine with 60,000 in circulation, it'll cost about $1,500, and you get to be in front of your target audience. If you're going to attend a big trade show, you're going to spend about $1,500, and you get to interact with potential clients. If you're going to sponsor a foursome in a golf tournament, you're going to spend about $1,500, and you get to support your favorite charity. At Experience Pros, $1,500 goes a long ways. You get an entire year of membership with business networking, online customizable listing, featured ads, 3 radio spots during the year, speaking opportunities, sponsorship options, and more. Sign up today at experiencepros.com.
SharpNet Solutions has been optimizing websites for over 16 years, since before Google was even a company. Hi, this is Eric, and I want you to let that sink in for a moment. SharpNet Solutions has been helping hundreds of small businesses get found on the search engines since before Google became Google. They're one of the most affordable SEO firms in the country, and if you tell them Experience Pros sent you, you'll get up to 50% off of your SEO services. Still wonder if they can help you? Google Experience Pros. We use them. 303-900-4988. That's 303-900-4988 or sharpnetsolutions.com.
I'll never forget that moment. As long as I live. My first call ever as a member of the National Guard.
When we got to the armory, they briefed us on the wildfires. They were getting dangerously close to homes.
Helicopters were going out to drop water on the fires.
Guys in the unit were preparing for firefighting with local fire crews.
At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard. Aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
The Dana Show, 6 p.m. weekdays on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Very nice to have you along with us today. Time for business tips and insights. This is where we give you a little heads up on what you should be doing or what you shouldn't be.
Well, think about this. You know, we're talking about some selling techniques, helping you do better. Have you ever been in a situation where you just felt really uncomfortable, or you went in and you sat down and you thought it was one, you were meeting for one reason, and all of a sudden there's two people there and you're kind of on the receiving end. We were actually, one time my husband and I were meeting with somebody and she wanted to show us a video.
Yeah.
But we're in a restaurant.
Oh.
And I met her at a restaurant on purpose because there was just something about it felt a little wonky. And so I didn't have her come to my home because I knew I'd be trapped, right?
Right.
So I met her at a restaurant. Well, so we had to do like this conference call with somebody who, was this bigwig in the company. And that was kind of weird because we had it on speakerphone. And then we had to watch this video that again was on speaker. And we're in a restaurant. There's other people like trying to.
Right.
And so we're trying to like curb her enthusiasm.
But I have to show you the plan.
But she had to show me the whole thing. And we ended up, shaking hands and politely walking away. But we've all been in a situation. But here's the thing. You don't have to do a hard sell. You don't even have to do a soft sell or, shiny object and distract them to make it happen. There are some things that you can do where your product will sell themselves.
And they really will. So here's a couple of things. First of all, link your product benefits to the outcomes that your customers are actually looking for. And what that means is you have an idea of what your customers are looking for.
Not an idea of what you want to sell to them.
Ding, ding, ding.
Do you see the difference? Right. I've got something I want to sell to you. I don't even know if you want it. I don't know if you need it. I haven't listened to you. I haven't had any conversation with you to even know if this is a good fit or something you're even interested in, which is why people end up just chasing after transactions.
Absolutely.
So you have to do a little bit of listening on the front side and find out what their needs are and then link your product benefits to those outcomes that the customer wants.
The next thing, you want to design your product to match the experience that the customer is expecting, or better yet, exceed their expectations by creating an experience that is amazing.
Well, when you think about who your ideal client is, that's your core customer, right? So make sure that your product is designed to meet the needs of your core customers. And then finally, show the potential customers how your product overcomes any of their objections. Every customer is going to have an objection.
That's right.
I don't have time for it. It's too much money. I don't know how to use it. I'm already using something else.
There's the age-old one. My website's not done yet, so I can't.
There's always something. So be able to overcome the obstacles and the objections right from the beginning in how your product can serve, again, those benefits. Making sure that your product is selling yourself.
Yep.
But the number one thing is no hard sells, no icky sells.
Don't be sneaky.
Because it doesn't work.
No, it really doesn't. You know who doesn't have to hard sell anything at all is Mel and Bobby Sue Bowman of Bowman HVAC. Those folks know everything about Bowman. I said HVAC, but that's their website, bowmanhvac.com. Bowman Heating and Air. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Very, very nice to have you. Let's pull that mic a little closer to you there, Bob. There you go.
Okay. Right.
All right. What it's business tips, man. What do you got today?
Well, we wanted to talk today about hiring people, because when do you know when to do that?
That's a good question.
It becomes such a rat race out there, especially when you're working for yourself and you're out there in the field as well as working in the office. I've spent countless hours on roofs and working on air conditioning, and then I come home at 9-10 o'clock and I'm working on paperwork and quotes and just constantly.
Right.
You're wearing every hat. Yep.
Exactly.
Chief cook and a bottle washer. All right. So Bobby Sue, when do you know? Is that how you know it's time to hire somebody? Is
when Mel doesn't come to bed?
He's like, exactly.
Come to dinner, sweetheart.
I'm like, I miss you. No, that is when you know. You just kind of realize that it's important to spend time to work on your business, not in your business. And when you realize you're working in your business, it's a problem, because you need to hire somebody that's going to help you take over that section of the business, the service especially. It's difficult.
So there's the age-old question, Mel, of whether we go, do we outsource it, or do we hire an employee? And that's kind of a tricky question, because there's tax implications,
right?
At the very least.
The biggest problem the biggest obstacle we had to overcome was knowing what we needed to outsource, which was HR.
Come on.
Payroll, things like that we have no idea what we're talking about there, and we hire someone that's a professional to come out there and do it. Whenever we're dealing with hiring someone, it's someone to help take a lot of the load off of me and a lot of the load off of Bobby Sue.
Right. I think one of the, when you hire somebody, it's an expense, right?
Oh, yes.
So do you hire somebody that is going to bring in income so they cover themselves, Or are they taking that activity off of you so you can bring in more income? Because somewhere we got to cover it.
Exactly. And we are actually in the process of hiring a service technician. And that is the biggest thing, because Mel and I, we want to be out there. We want to be, meeting and greeting and all that. And that's how we're able to do our best. That's our genius zone. So we hired somebody to do the service. And we're so lucky that we were able to find somebody from Texas with 22 years experience. And he's fantastic.
Well, you know what your skill set is, right? You know where your role is best served in the company.
Exactly.
And so those other things are the things that you've decided to hire out, which is very smart, which is why Bowman Heating and Air is growing. It's why it's such a great company. We know that right now, there's a couple people that are a little hot in their houses. And if
your wife's hot.
If your wife's hot and it's too hot in the house, how do they get in touch with Bowman Heating and Air?
They can call us at 303-622-6502, or our brand new developed website is www.bowmanhvac.com.
BowmanHVAC.com, BOWMAN, BowmanHVAC.com. Mel, you excited to hire some people?
It feels so good. It really does. It's so helpful. And I used to work with this guy in Texas, so I knew him. I knew his background and his family's great. He's got 4 kids and a wife, and it's really a blessing to be able to provide for someone's family like that, and that just really makes you feel good about being in business for yourself.
You bet it does. You bet it does. Well, you guys are an asset to the community, bringing on new employees, hiring people. You're just absolutely great. And again, though, if anybody needs help with their heating and air conditioning, give that phone number again.
303-622-6502.
Don't let anybody else tell you that your wife is hot. BowmanHVAC.com. We'll be back after these messages with more positive business talk. You're listening to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff it up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302. Or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706. Or visit RivieraFinance.com.
Dude, your wife's hot.
I know, right?
I'm not kidding. She's really hot.
Yeah, I married up.
I'm trying to tell you, your wife's hot.
Will someone please call Bowman Heating and Air? It's 90 degrees in here.
Don't let anyone else tell you how hot your wife is. Call Bowman Heating and Air today. 303-622-6502. Bowman Heating and Air, keeping couples together and relationships cool. Ask about the preventative maintenance option with a 100% mechanical guarantee. BowmanHVAC.com.
Tune in every Monday at 11:35 for What's Going On with Jim Smith from Prudential. Jim will host a lively conversation about the financial and investment topics you're asking about. You can call Jim and his Prudential team directly at 303-669-9701 and tune in on Monday mornings right here on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
I'm John Walsh.
I'm Ed Smart. When a child is abducted, time is critical.
That's why Amber Alert is so important. The public is notified when a child is abducted.
It's a partnership between broadcasters, law enforcement, transportation, and you.
Thanks for making Amber Alert happen.
John Rush during the afternoon rush, today at 3 on KLZ 560.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us today. Wow, things are happening at the pace of business, and ain't nobody doing business like the two girls in the studio.
Absolutely. Yesterday we talked about in business, taking baby steps, but we're all taking baby steps at Mach speed. It feels like, and nobody's going faster, taking over the world like these two gals, Katie Meyers and Grace Child, with
who? What? Used to be
Pure Communications.
Right. What do we do?
Well, we have a brand new launch, brand new business, and we're going to let these gals tell you all about it. Katie, welcome.
Woohoo! Thank you. We're so excited to be here.
We are pretty excited to have you. Welcome, Grace.
Thanks.
All right. So, Katie, what's going on in the world, and what has happened?
Well, we have decided that we were going to take some advice and kind of rebrand ourselves to become 100% true to who we are and what we do. So we are now CR Conversations.
CR Conversations.
Woohoo!
Like
CR
C,
Conversations.
Like
the letter C.
Oh, the C.
The letter R.
Oh.
Conversations. Okay, so Grace, how is that staying true to the brand and who you are?
Well, I have to ask you guys, what do you think the CR in CR Conversation stands for?
Well, I kind of already know. So
Curtis Raymer.
Yeah, nailed it.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be it.
I'm just saying.
In our world, because we worked so closely with you guys and have for years, and you've kind of transformed our, some different processes in our business. CR in our world stands for customer retention.
Ding, ding, nailed it. Ding, ding, ding.
Customer
that is
retention
correct.
Conversations.
Customer retention conversation. So what does this now mean for, probably not a lot changed. It probably is just now describing and helping other people get a grip on what you do.
Right. And the only other things that we changed is we really went and got bigger, better, faster, stronger in what we do. So we have some better processes. We've been listening to, different things that people are wanting. So we're coming out with some group trainings for the things that we do instead of just our one-off, one-to-one. We still have those, but we are trying to help the masses a little bit more.
Nice.
Yeah, you discover really quickly the one-on-one is you run out of time. There's more people that want your services, and so you start bringing them in a group. But when we talk about customer retention, and Katie, I know you guys live, eat, and breathe this. So many companies are so focused on brand new customers only.
Correct.
And we know that we should be retaining our customers. It's we've already worked so hard to get them. But what are some things that we can do to actually retain our current customers?
Well, some of the things that a lot of people within the Experienced Pros Network are really fabulous at doing, it's just showing sheer appreciation and that sincerity of it. So it can start with the smallest things like a handwritten thank you card, or even just a personalized, send out card. It allows you just to take a couple minutes and truly tell that person that you care about them and share a little piece of that information. And then the number one tip that we share with people is create a plan. Just create a plan so that you can stay proactive in showing that appreciation.
All right. So Grace, let me put you on the spot here. You create a plan. What kind of a plan? How do we note cards? Note cards isn't a plan.
No. So what you want to do, the biggest thing when people come to us, they say, I have no idea what to say to my clients. It gets old saying thank you, even though we preach that it doesn't.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
But you want different things to say throughout the year. So we recommend sitting down with somebody in the field and creating a whole year-long communication strategy.
You mean like CR Communications?
Like CR
Conversations.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
CR Conversations.
Took us some time too. So yeah, those handwritten thank you cards, gifts, social media, newsletters, emails that you need to have these all laid out with quarters, and you know what you're saying each month after month to your customers and clients.
I actually like the word, when Eric just said communication, I just had this whole train wreck in my head of probably that would be like the business name of, because you're communicating with your clients, it's all official. But really, when you're talking about personal relationships and, having that gratitude and appreciation, you don't say, I had a communication with my client today. We had a conversation. Like we talked to them. We're human beings and we're people. So, that is just so, I had this whole thought.
That's awesome.
Why that actually fits very cool, because you do. It's people. You make sure that we're treating them not as a customer, not as a number, not as a transaction, but as a human being.
Exactly.
Precisely.
I love that. All right. So some things that we should consider if we're going to implement a customer retention plan. What are some things that probably we're not even thinking about?
I think the first would be to be a resource and to constantly share other pieces of information that could still kind of tie into what you do, but using resources from fellow collaborators. We share a similar audience. So sharing blogs that the Experience Pros had posted while doing our follow-up or our customer retention strategies, it allows you to just always be a little bit educational and resourceful and proactive, but then still it allows for the conversation for you then to do your upselling and your cross-selling appropriately.
I love it. Grace, do you have anything to add to that little tip? I see like the wheels running in your head.
That's precisely what you should do, because when you're seen as the expert in your line of work, and when you're seen as the person that gives back to your community, you're seen as the human that people know, like, and trust.
Absolutely. So CR Conversations has a brand new website, brand new look. I'm on your blog right now, and just yesterday was posted a brand new blog, How to Be Inspired When Nothing Really is Inspiring. So
that's how we all felt yesterday too.
Yeah, right.
Just something funky.
There was something in the air. Yeah,
it really was. All right, now here's the thing. When we talk about the retention and having a plan and having the strategy and staying on top of and connecting and sending out cards and calling them, that's very time consuming. Mm-hmm. Is this the kind of thing that is practical to outsource?
Well, we sure think so. Yes, it is. And I think to answer a question that I think a lot of people ask is, well, how can they be me for me?
Sure.
Right? How can they get my presence across? And so just to quickly answer that is that we spend a 3-hour discovery session getting to know you and understanding your voice and your message and your brand and your goals and what you really want to be communicating. And we have never come across anyone on the receiving end of our phone calls or our communications and they say, well, why am I not hearing from Eric and Angel? Because we're coming across as a part of the team,
right?
And that is good enough.
And I'll add a little color to that, because not only just a part of the team, but you're Katie from Experience Pros, you're Grace from Experience Pros calling, and Eric and Angel asked me to call. It's a seamless representation of the business that is contracted with you to do this information. And then, of course, it is CR Conversations. You guys have a conversation with us, and it's all about the communication that you've had with them. So I think it's brilliant.
Thank you.
Well, and you guys give us great feedback too, because you're having a conversation with our clients that is a little unique than we would have with our own clients. And so it's just nicer to have that variety and those multiple touch points, and making sure that your clients are hearing from you. And I think the biggest excuse that we hear from people is, I don't have time. I don't have time to make those calls. I don't have time to write those cards. I don't have time, because they're out running their business, which is true. But what does it cost you to not retain a client and always just be chasing after new clients? What's the big deal?
It, on average, non-industry specific, just completely across the board, it will cost you 5 to 7 times more to go and get a new client than it will to keep an old one or an existing one.
Think about that. And if you keep those old existing clients that you have, that you've got their sphere of influence. We call it the Frank Circle, right? They're going to recommend and refer.
Correct.
Well, and I've done business with them. Of course, they're going to come back and do business with me again.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That was a good one, Angel. Yep.
Yeah. 68% of customers that leave your business left because they never felt appreciated.
Oh.
68?
68. That's a 6 and an 8.
Well, here's a couple more numbers for you. 720-465-7733. 720-465-7733. You want to see your conversations take off? crconversations.com's got your back.
CR Conversations. I love it.
Woo, woo.
Congratulations.
Thank
I
you
love
so
the name.
much.
I love the new brand, CR Conversations. Check them out online. The letter C, the letter R for customer retention. crconversations.com. 720-465-7733. You girls are on fire. I am just so excited to watch you guys launch this whole thing. It's been pretty exciting.
Absolutely. Don't be a victim of statistics. Okay. Don't be one of those 68%. crconversations.com. Ladies, thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Folks, don't go anywhere. More positive business talk coming next. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You've got a great business, lots of customers, and a catchy tagline. Things are going great, right? Has it ever occurred to you that if you are doing so well in your business, someone else might be trying to copy or steal your concept and make it their own? It happens every day. But don't let it happen to you. You need attorney Steve Replin on your side. Much more than just a lawyer, Steve is a business consultant who knows how to protect what's yours while helping you grow it to success. Call Steve today and CYA. That's cover your assets. 303-322-7919. 303-322-7919.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in, all your computer quirks and hangups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
Let's face it, you're stuck. Sure, your business is stable, but you've been floundering it even for too long. It's time to call Stephanie Scheller. Stephanie is a systems, business, and marketing coach who's helped over 300 companies improve their results by setting up systems and holding them accountable to trackable growth. Sometimes all you need is a fresh perspective and a little bit of accountability to break through to the next level of your success story. Call Stephanie today, 210-426-6956, and just talk to her. 210-426-6956. She can help. It's your business. Call today.
Did you get some great customer service today? Did someone make you feel a little happier for doing business with them?
Give them a fan brag. This is Eric, and you can call into Fan Braggin Friday and share your story with me and Angel on the air, or you can write a fan brag at experiencepros.com.
Once you start looking for great customer service, you'll find it's in more places than you thought. Share your great finds with us by calling 855-FAN-BRAG during our Friday show. Kindness is so simple, and we want to hear from you.
As a business owner, you know what it's like to wear a bunch of hats, and we know it too, which is why our very best advice to you is to outsource your accounting to By the Numbers Bookkeeping and Accounting. Philip Aronoff is well known to listeners and members of the Experience Pros Network. He was voted the best Colorado. He can absolutely help you build your business while making sure your accounting is all taken care of. Call Philip today and take that bookkeeping hat off for good. 720-837-0860. That's 720-837-0860.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
Not going to
then what you're going to do is turn onto
Marcy
Marcy
and Brett just
Avenue
broke up,
and go past
and
the first
apparently
3
she's
lights
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
Then drive
think
5
she's
more
happy,
blocks
but
and you should be
who am
there.
I to judge, right?
Park on the right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
John Rush, this afternoon from 3 to 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
And welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to join us for hours. Angel has flown the coop. She has disappeared. Yes, I snapped my fingers. If you didn't see it, got to go back to the YouTube and check it out. It was an amazing illusion. But you've got me for the next couple of minutes, and that's going to be okay. I want to talk a little bit about public speaking, and there are some things that you should not be doing. There are some bad speaking habits we got to knock off right now. And so taking this inspiration from an article on entrepreneur.com from Richard Filoni. I don't know if it's Filoni or Felony, so I'm going with Filoni. And Samantha Lee, they have an article. It's an infographic, but there are 7 habits of a bad speaker. And I find that many people have at least one of these that they need to address. The first one is, and I cannot emphasize enough how strongly I feel about this, the first bad habit of bad speakers is gossip. Ugh. Speaking badly of somebody else seems to have a chain reaction. If you engage in gossip, you can give yourself a bad reputation and inspire others to start gossiping about you. Let's break this down for just a minute, because many people don't realize that what they're doing is speaking poorly of somebody else. And what they think they're doing is, and I'm using air quotes here, sharing. Stop it. You don't need to gossip about somebody else. And here's the problem. When you talk about somebody else, and did you hear what Monica is doing? Oh my gosh, did you see what Sam just did? When you do that, you are secretly embedding the fear into the person that you're talking to in their mind. If you're talking about Monica and if you're talking about Sam, you're going to talk about me. And there's only, it's only a matter of time. It's either happened or it could happen. So if you are a gossip, please stop that. It does start that chain reaction. And then, of course, the other side of that was brought up in the article here is that it gives yourself a bad reputation, and then pretty soon inspires others to start gossiping about you. Don't let others drive what you're doing, and don't start the domino that makes that chain reaction happen. Simply don't gossip. Well, then followed, if we're going backwards in time, judging. If you fill conversations with judgments of others, you're making the person you're speaking with self-conscious of also being judged. They're going to be afraid to open up to you, and they may shut down completely. When here on the Experience Pros Radio Show, we talk an awful lot about that doesn't matter what business you're in the relationship business. And if you give that thought a little time to ferment, if you are judgmental about others, simply nobody's going to want to be in a relationship with you. And so avoid that at all costs. And we're broadcasting here out of Denver, Colorado. And if you think about it, Denver is if Dallas is the big D, Denver's the little d. It's a little tiny community. And we have discovered that it is way too small to be judgmental about anybody. You might have your personal thoughts. You might have your personal opinions. You might have your personal convictions. That's fine. That's fine. Keep them to yourselves and do not share that, because what goes around absolutely comes around. Negativity. We're talking, the topic is bad speaking habits. If you speak negatively about anything, if the glass is always half full, or half empty, I should say, then you're going to be isolated. People are going to ostracize you, and it's just not good. Rather, choosing to be optimistic is going to make you much more enjoyable to talk to, and it's better for your health. There's so many health ramifications that come from simply being positive. Angel and I talk about it an awful lot here on the show, that positivity is a choice. This is the only radio show that I am aware of in the country that draws a definitive line and says nothing negative. We're not going to do anything negative. You won't find a lot of the things, including market updates and things like that. You don't find those things on the Experience Pros radio show, because We're more interested in the positive. Doesn't mean we don't believe that the negative exists. We know that it exists. We posted a video, and if you haven't yet signed up for our Positive Business Talk 2-minute biz tips, and you can do that at youtube.com/experience pros. Just click the subscribe button. I'm telling you, yesterday we had, it's Monday, but it's Monday for all of us. And Angel and I were feeling the pressure. We offered a 2-minute solution with 3 different solutions to help you just put those Monday blues wherever they go. The next one is complaining. Gosh, if you're complaining, stop it. It easily becomes a habit. Before you know it, you'll be known as a person who complains about everything, the weather, the news, the work, everything else. It's called viral misery. Don't do that. Don't be that guy or gal. We all know this person in the office, the person who makes excuses, right? Don't be the person who makes excuses. Some people put the blame on anybody or anything except themselves when met with failure or correction. While others may let the occasional excuse slide, a constant stream of them reveals that you don't take responsibility for your actions. You need to step up. You need to be the one who says, you know what, I know, I own that, and I'm going to shift my behavior. Interestingly enough, when I came to Denver 15 years ago, I truly believed that people didn't change. That was one of my mantras, was people don't change. And within a couple of short years, I had to learn that I had to put an asterisk on it. And I would say people don't change unless they really, really want to. And then they don't change that much. I have now sung a different tune. I'm not waffling. I'm growing. I'm learning. I believe that people change and people can change, and that people, if given the proper motivation, I mean, how does somebody who is completely overweight come to a place where they decide to work it off and do that? They make the shift in their mind, and their mind controls their actions. I say sometimes the greatest distance anybody will ever travel is the 18 inches from your mind to your heart, but the heart's where the action happens. So get on the journey. Do you know anybody who is overly dramatic? Somebody who exaggerates? Exaggeration demeans the language. Adding a dramatic flair is essentially a form of lying. And we don't want to listen to people who we know are lying to us. So don't exaggerate. When I was in the business of magic, yes, I floated women in the air and cut them in 6 pieces for a living. I remember my mentor saying, listen, you can already do really cool stuff, right? You don't have to say stuff that you cannot do. I couldn't make a building disappear, but I could sure make the quarter disappear, or this is your card. You don't have to be exaggerated. And finally, one of the bad speaking habits that folks often have is being dogmatic. It's dangerous when opinions and facts become confused. Nobody wants to be bombarded with opinions stated as if they were true. That's what dogma is. It's a man-made opinion presented as if it were fact. And look, we get it. We all have our things, but you don't have to be overtly dogmatic about it. You can just say, you know what, this is my opinion, and that's just fine. In fact, it's preferable to do that. So there you have it. There's 7 bad speaking habits to break immediately if you are involved in any one of those things. And I'll be honest with you, over the years, I've had to put those shoes on and check it out. So I encourage you to do the same. And I am grateful for Richard Feloni, or Felony, I'm not sure which, and Samantha Lee for the article that inspired this conversation. Look at the time. It's hard to imagine that the first hour of the Experience Pros radio show has already sailed by, but the good news is we have a whole nother hour of positive business talk coming. So we're going to stop and break for the top of the hour, the news, and what's going on here at Studio Z. Also, turn up the volume and remember to do business with the people who do business with the pros. Those advertisers are the reason that we exist in this market. So please support them. Make sure that you do business with the people that do business with the pros. And we'll be right back after these messages.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Dana Lash, tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
Square Trade does not cover lost or stolen items. Savings based on 2-year iPhone plan with one claim compared to Assurant total equipment coverage as of April 10th, 2015.
Getting a new Galaxy, iPhone, or other smartphone? Get this. Every 2 seconds, one of us accidentally breaks our phone. So protecting your new smartphone is a smart idea. But if you have insurance from one of those big cell phone companies, you're paying way too much. I'm Steve Abernethy, and I founded Square Trade to give you a better choice. Phone insurance from Verizon, Sprint, or other wireless carriers can cost you as much as $11 every month, plus up to $199 deductible when you break your phone. Square Trade phone protection is less than $5 a month with a much lower deductible. We can save you over $240. And switching to Square Trade is easy. Even if you're locked into a 2-year phone contract with Verizon, Sprint, or other wireless carrier, you can cancel their phone insurance anytime. We'll even show you how.
Switch to Square Trade now and save over $240. Visit squaretrade.com. That's squaretrade.com.
Square Trade.
KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver. Listen live at KLZ560radio.com. KLZ 560.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm Chris Barnes. Another Republican announcing today that he's running for the White House.
No one running for president has helped balance the federal budget, saved the state from near bankruptcy, or served on the Defense Committee for 18 years. Maybe I ought to run.
That from a video that Ohio Governor John Kasich posts online early today. He appears at a rally at Ohio State University to speak to supporters. So far, Kasich not doing very well in the early polling. Republican frontrunner Donald Trump is doing well in the polls, as the Washington Post ABC News poll shows him with support from 24% of Republican voters, about twice as much as the next contender, Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker. Yet the Huffington Post still relegating coverage of Trump to its entertainment page. A journalist, author, and HuffPost contributor saying of that decision.
At this point, we look silly by not putting on politics because he's a politician.
Mark Lamont Hill speaking there on CNN. 5 days since a terrorist shoots and kills 4 Marines and a Navy sailor on U.S. soil in a brazen and brutal attack in Tennessee, and still no calls to the victims' families from President Obama. Although he wastes no time in calling the families of Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown.
And I think that's horrible.
Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clark saying after yet another attack on the homeland, President Obama is still failing to show leadership.
What we need is a moment like when George W. Bush stood on the rubble of the World Trade Centers that were taken down, and with a microphone, or megaphone, I should say, said, the people who brought these buildings down are going to hear from all of us soon.
Clark speaking on Hannity on Fox News. Meanwhile, American flags at the U.S. Capitol are finally flying at half-staff in honor of those troops killed in Tennessee last week. It takes House Speaker Republican John Boehner ordering the lowering of those flags, as President Obama's been criticized for not issuing a sweeping order that would lower them across the United States. This is news on the Blaze Radio Network. Truth lives here.
The Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560 Denver.
Dana Lash, tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business. And oh boy, do I have some news for you. This just in over the wire. If you drive a Fiat Chrysler automobile, listen up. If it's a Dodge, a Jeep, a Fiat, a Chrysler, or any variation thereof, you are at risk. This is not made up. This is not a drill. St. Louis, Dateline today, a pair of security experts showed the dangers of a Fiat Chrysler automobile security flaw by taking control of a Jeep on the highway. Security experts Charlie Miller and Chris Velasek said they used a laptop computer and a cell phone on the Sprint network to exploit a security hole in Fiat Chrysler's Uconnect internet-enabled software to disable the engine and the brakes on a Jeep Cherokee while a reporter for Wired, Andy Greenberg, was driving on a stretch of highway in St. Louis. Not made up. Hackers breaking into the Jeep using a cell phone and a computer. Greenberg was Miller. Let's see here. Let me see. Make sure I get this right. They said Miller and Velasek were able to remotely wrest control of the radio, air conditioning, steering wheel, and brakes while having a photo of themselves projected on the car's digital display. What? Hackers said the demonstration was different from their previous vehicle hacking. These guys hack vehicles. On their attempts on a Ford Escape and a Toyota Prius, because the Fiat Chrysler security flaw was exploited remotely, and it did not require them to directly wire into the car. Their other attempts on the other models required a direct wire. From an attacker's perspective, it's a super nice vulnerability, said Miller. Gosh, doesn't he sound friendly? Miller and Velasek said they informed Fiat Chrysler of the security flaw about 9 months ago. And the good news is a security update to close the hole was released on July 16th. It may not seem a little important to you, but trust me, if you can, you really need to install the security update on your car. Right now, it only had been tested on Jeeps, but the hackers say that the attacks could be tweaked to work on any Chrysler car with a vulnerable Uconnect head unit. Uconnect is a brand that Chrysler puts into their computer system. And I'm telling you something, you need to take this very, very seriously. Don't let somebody take control of your car. And, and why do hackers do what they do? I don't know. Kicks and giggles? I don't know. But there are people out there who could take control of your car. So look it up, do the research, and ask your Fiat Chrysler dealer what's going on with this update, because it just was released on the 16th of July. Don't let anybody take control of your car. That's freaky. I don't even know what to do with that. So my job is done. I've told you. Now your job is to go find out what's going on and get that patch. All right. Oh, when we come back, did you know safety matters? But you know something else? CPR is not enough. We just very well may have somebody who's going to ask me to take my shirt off and hook me up to an AED for your entertainment. If you're not looking at YouTube, now'd be the time to check it in at experiencepros.com.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Finding care for an aging parent or loved one can be a simple and hassle-free process with Home Care Assistance Denver by your side. They are locally owned and provide hourly as well as 24/7 live-in services by caregivers that are custom-matched based on client needs. They personalize every care plan to fit your loved one's very specific needs. Call them today to schedule your free in-home assessment. 720-443-3371. 720-443-3371. More information can be found at homecareassistancedenver.com. They love serving your loved ones. Call now, 720-443-3371.
Imagine having a business partner watch over your computer systems day and night, actively responding to changing needs in your environment, helping make sure things run fast and smooth, protecting your valuable information. With Availability, our managed services platform, C-Squared Computer Consulting can provide 24/7 monitoring, manage updates, and optimize your systems. Let C-Squared be your business partner. Call us at 303-933-1113. Mention Experience Pros, and we'll waive the setup fee.
Is term life insurance a good fit for you? It might be if you need life insurance for only a set period of time, or if you are working on a tight budget. Term insurance could be a good answer. Talk about it with someone you trust. Call me today and let's explore what is the best answer for you. 720-356-6474. 720-356-6474. This is Jim Smith with Prudential. Tune in every Monday morning for more tips at 11:35 right here on the Experience Pros radio show.
Let's talk about advertising. It's a key element for growing your company and making sure people are aware of your brand. If you're going to put a half-page ad into a magazine with 60,000 in circulation, it'll cost about $1,500, and you get to be in front of your target audience. If you're going to attend a big trade show, you're going to spend about $1,500, and you get to interact with potential clients. If you're going to sponsor a foursome in a golf tournament, you're going to spend about $1,500, and you get to support your favorite charity. At Experience Pros, $1,500 goes a long ways. You get an entire year of membership with business networking, online customizable listing, featured ads, 3 radio spots during the year, speaking opportunities, sponsorship options, and more. Sign up today at experiencepros.com.
Friends, this is Eric, and I want to turn you on to a fantastic bi-monthly patriotic newsletter I've discovered. It's called The Pen, and it's a compilation of numerous patriotic writers packed with political information that you won't find in the newspaper.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, and I can hear you. Okay.
Or send $24.95 to P.O. Box 73, California, Missouri, 65018 to receive The Pen for an entire year. The Pen, promoting liberty and keeping patriots informed. Subscribe today. csctalkradio.com. That's csctalkradio.com.
Advertising is really effective, especially for small business. Turn your company into a household name by advertising on the Experience Pros radio show. We'll help you build a trusted reputation with the professionals who listen to the program. You'll connect with the right audience and at the right price. Advertise with the Experience Pros radio show. Sign up at experiencepros.com and put your brand on the tip of your customer's tongue. Sign up today and start advertising with the Experience Pros at experiencepros.com.
Dana Lash, 6 to 9 p.m. weekdays on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros radio show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
I can lift you up. I can show you what you want to see.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. Very nice to have you along with us today. Our next guest is Lorianne Horowitz, no stranger to the show, but we're going to do things a little differently here today. She is the owner and principal instructor of Safety Solved and Colorado Life Lessons. She's able to bring health and safety into the world, into your business world on a daily basis. Been doing this since 2009, and she's trained and certified hundreds of individuals, adults, children alike, and she's here to tell us the CPR, you know, that cardiopulmonary resuscitation thing. People are like, wow, he even knew what that stood for. Is not enough. Lorianne, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Eric.
Very nice to have you along with us. Now, we teased this up, and there's been quite a stir. In fact, I think there's quite an audience in the studio here today. Lorianne, you say that CPR is not enough.
It's not.
Tell us why.
CPR will simulate what the heart does normally, which is contracting and pushing blood out of the heart into the rest of the body.
Yeah.
However, if you never fix the underlying problem as to why the contractions aren't happening,
an electrical disruption.
Yes, something in the electricity is not working the way it's supposed to, and so the contractions aren't happening the way they're supposed to.
Okay, so you advocate the use, or at least the training on, of what's called an AED. What does that stand for?
AED stands for Automated External Defibrillator.
All right, and that's the thing where the doctors on TV go, clear, right?
Well, that is one version of a defibrillator. That one's not automated. Somebody trained has to use that.
Right. Yeah. Or that you have to be an actor on TV.
That too.
But the AED helps the average person do this.
Absolutely.
Right?
You don't need to be trained or certified to use the AED at all. It is so easy to use.
Does every business need an AED?
I recommend every business who has employees, who has patrons walking through their doors, have an AED. It is a decision that the business has to put into as part of their safety plan.
Are there any liabilities that people need to know?
There can be if you don't maintain your AED the way you're supposed to, and we do have a law that says how you have to maintain it, and there are certain criteria you have to meet. But if you follow that law and you're trying to help the person who needs assistance, the liability is actually really minimal.
Okay, and is it possible to cause further injury if you use an AED?
As long as it's being maintained the way it's supposed to, and you follow the directions that the AED gives you, you really can't cause further harm. It's not gonna be able to be used on somebody like you.
Yeah, like me. Speaking of which, you've asked for something that's unprecedented here on the Experience Pros radio show. You, a beautiful woman, have asked me to take my shirt off.
I did, but we're not going to.
We're not going to?
Well,
I'll do it.
If you want to, you can. Okay.
No, we're doing it.
Go to YouTube.
Yeah. Go to YouTube. Right now at experiencepros.com, you can click the listen here, and it takes you straight to the YouTube channel. I'm going to stand up and move this microphone up a little bit while I can talk about it. What are you doing? Describe what you're doing here.
So I have a AED here, and please don't worry. It'll tell us in just a moment that it's not real.
Oh.
But it's going to simulate what you would hear from any regular normal AED. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to turn it on. We're going to press the on button.
Yeah.
This is a training device only. No shock will be delivered.
Shoo! That's good because I've got a heart condition.
Remove clothing from person's chest.
So normally we're going to use the scissors that are inside, and you're going to cut their shirt right off. So
well, no cutting of the shirt. I'll take it off, but
person's chest.
We're working on that, mister. Hold on for a second. I got to take the fuzzies out of my navel because, we all have them. All right, I'm going to take my headphones off for a second. This is quite possibly craziest thing I've ever
take
done.
Off the shirt.
All right. Okay.
So then it said to attach the pads. So every machine is going to come with these adult-sized pads. They'll be in a foil package that we would rip open, and you'll see some.
Wait a minute. I'm going to put on adult-sized pads?
No. Well, no.
It's a little weird.
So you have to go to the video to see this.
All right.
And so we would take it off where Eric doesn't.
This one goes here. There's pictures.
There's pictures. It goes on the upper right and the lower left side of the victim's chest.
Like here.
Yep. And they would stick to them normally, but Eric's going to hold them for us.
Got it.
Okay.
Attach pads firmly to person's chest.
I've done that.
Eric doesn't want to wax today.
What? No. Yeah, she said we could really do that. But no, that'd be the 40-year-old virgin all over again. Not going there. Okay.
So
plug-in connector.
There's a spot to attach them in. It's flashing. It tells us where to, and we aren't going fast enough.
Oh, sorry. Oh, don't set it on that button. There you go. Okay.
Hold on. It's going.
It's going.
Shock advised.
No.
Charging.
No.
Everyone stand clear.
Stand clear.
It's okay. So make sure no one's touching your victim.
Stand clear.
Push the shock button.
Promise me it's not true.
Flashing button. Ready, set,
go.
Go.
Go!
5 cycles of CPR.
Oh, jeez.
So you would leave the pads on where they are, and you would continue doing CPR on the center of your victim's chest.
Is this where we get to do mouth to mouth?
That would be part of CPR, yes. So now count CPR for us. You're going to do 5 cycles of CPR in that time frame, and then it's going to. Okay, so that's
it.
Easy. That's easy.
Anybody could do that.
Anybody can do that. We talk about they take that class, and we certify at 15 in lifeguard training. So, and if we let it go through all the way, the next time it analyzes, it's going to say no shock advised, because that person may have a normal heart rhythm, and you're not going to shock somebody who has a normal heart rhythm. It's not going to let you.
That's good.
It's a good thing.
It is a good thing. All right, Lori on Horowitz, give some contact information while I get dressed.
Sure. 303-257-9589 or safety-solved, SOLVED.com.
The phone number one more time.
303-257-9589.
Well, wasn't that fun?
That was entertaining.
My phone is exploding. Here's the thing, folks. We have a little fun here in the studio, and yet the fun is to draw attention to a very real situation. If you don't have an AED in your office, you need to call Lorianne right away. Give that number one more time.
303-257-9589. And even if you do have an AED, I'll say, if you don't know how to use it
or get it certified
or get it maintained, let me know, and I'm happy to help on both fronts.
Safety-solved.com. Safety-solved.com. Proud member of the Experience Pros Extreme Customer Service Directory. Lorianne, we've had our eyes on her for a long, long time. Her business is solid. She's taking great care of you. And if you haven't called her, you really need to. I'm going to give that number one more time because it's truly this important. 303-257-9589. We've made history on the Experience Pros Radio Show. Right? Everybody's going to get a copy of that. No doubt it's already circulating all over the internet.
Awesome.
Lorianne, it's so great to have you in the studio. And I'm happy to be your guinea pig. Thank you for not really shocking me because
absolutely.
I do have a tachycardia, and that would just about throw me out the window. All right, folks, more positive business talk coming next. It's business tips and insights on the Experience Pros Radio Show after these messages.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros Radio Show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
The business professionals at Extreme Relationship Management know that networking is one of the best ways to create word-of-mouth marketing for your business. They also know that many of you feel like it's a complete waste of time. The difference is knowing how to network and what to do with all those business cards that you collect. Tune in every Thursday to learn about the ERM networking laws, and be sure to sign up for the next ERM class. Extreme Relationship Management offers training and events to help you realize how rewarding networking can be. Train the ERM way. Find them online at extremerelationshipmanagement.com and call 855-I-LIKE-ERM to find out more about their next class.
Edgetronics wants you to be happy with your business phone system. Get your phones to work for you, not against you. The friendly folks at Edgetronics can help you plan ahead to keep your business operating when there may be a phone system outage. They offer solutions with VoIP, non-VoIP, and hybrid telephone systems. Upgrade to the system with features that will meet your company's growing needs. Call today at 303-766-1699. That's 303-766-1699. No business is too small or too large, and the customer service at Edgetronics will make you smile. Call now, 303-766-1699, or online at edgetronics, that's with an X.com.
Gentlemen, it's time to step it up a notch. I'm talking about your clothing. Sure, we're all super casual here in Colorado, but there's something to be said for dressing to match your market. You need personal stylist Michelle Martinez. Michelle will come to where you are, custom measure you for an unmatched fit, and help you find your next outfit, all without breaking the bank. Luxury starts with premium materials, and Michelle's got the best Italian fabrics. And talk about value, your clothes delivered straight to you, saving you tons. Call Michelle today, 720-261-4914. That's 720-261-4914.
Landlords, listen up. If you have investment property, you need Legacy Properties PM. Devin Bewley will absolutely get you the highest rent possible, handle every imaginable emergency, and make sure that your property is well cared for. He visits every property regularly and knows that he's working for you. Legacy Properties PM, where their promise to you is simple. If your property isn't earning you money, you owe them nothing. There's nothing to lose. 720-989-1996. Mention Experience Pros and they'll waive the first month's management fee.
Stop calling around looking for the best mortgage rates and call ALMC Mortgage. ALMC Mortgage matches you with the right mortgage for your needs every single time. Now's the right time to finance. Call ALMC Mortgage today at 303-696-6933. 303-696-6933. Check out today's current rates and questions you should ask about your mortgage at almcmortgage.com. almcmortgage.com.
LMB number 100020432, NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Dana Lash, tonight at 6 on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Angel is across the hall helping Angie Austin for a couple of segments. And I don't really know what to say about that last segment where, yes, I really did go topless. Yes, but it was all for science and for your safety. So my phone exploded. Thank you for all those people who made those lovely comments. Sure appreciate all those. It's time for business tips and insights, and we've got a brand new gentleman who's going to be joining us today. Greg Bashaw is the grand poobah of the Colorado Microbusiness Alliance. Welcome to the show, Greg.
Well, thank you, Eric. I'm thrilled to be here. Although, after that last segment, the shirtless cover of the romance novel, I'm sure this may be a little anticlimactic.
What a great word for that. I lack the hair of Fabio to do the thing. So it's indeed. So we want to start by kind of giving a little flavor of what this segment's going to be all about, and we're going to call it Street Smarts.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I Street Smarts because I think that the type of smarts that matter when starting and running a small business are really street smarts, as opposed to book smarts or corporate smarts.
Okay, all right. I see where you're going with that. So what does it mean?
Okay, well, this comes from my experience. So I grew up with parents who were micro-business owners. So a micro-business is a business with 10 or fewer employers. So I had a mom who ran a little law firm. I had a dad who tuned pianos for a living. Nice. I always wanted to run my own little business. But I thought if I went and got enough school and got enough experience at some big companies that I could start and run a business and be guaranteed to succeed.
Well, because your parents were successful, right?
Well, and with that, and I thought with that education with that corporate experience,
how'd it go?
Well, not so well. So, I jumped out of the corporate environment and started a business, and my first business failed.
I'm sorry, man. I say I'm sorry, but I'm almost really not sorry, because it's the failure is the stepping stones to success, right?
Absolutely. In fact, I think what I learned from the experience is that what you can learn in a book, what you can learn at a school, what you learn at a big corporation with all the support and resources that you have, really doesn't help you all that much if you're going to start a small business all on your own.
This goes across the boards with everything that we do. Think about this for just a minute, Greg. We got, did you take a language in high school?
I did. German.
Okay, I took Spanish. I learned how to conjugate verbs. How about you?
I did.
Did you learn the proper format in which to put the various nouns and the verbs and the articles?
I did, and I learned to ask where the toilet was and things like that.
Right. And then, did you ever go to Germany?
I did.
How'd it work?
You step off the airplane and you think they're speaking a different language, and you hear these 5-year-olds speaking fluent German. You're going, what in the world are you doing?
They are speaking a different language because the book sense is not the same as the street sense.
I think that's a great analogy.
All right. Okay. So, tell us a little bit about your business, the Colorado Microbusiness Alliance.
Well, the Colorado Microbusiness Alliance is really about, in fact, let me back up and share something with you. This is really interesting. So 92% of businesses around the United States are micro businesses with 10 or fewer employees.
We serve that demographic very well here on this show.
Yeah, and so in the state of Colorado, that translates to over 400,000 businesses within the state of Colorado, which is, I think, remarkable. It shocked me when I heard that number.
Right.
And micro businesses are different than just about any other type of business out there. They have specific needs. It has specific requirements for skills and strengths that you have.
And drawing upon the scale of their business, because they're not mega businesses.
That's exactly right.
Sure.
That's exactly right. So the Colorado Microbusiness Alliance is a way to take these 400,000 micro businesses in Colorado, bring them together, and take advantage with the law of big numbers. And let me tell you what I mean by that. So, for example, politically. If you have 400,000, if you have tens of thousands of micro business owners together, they could have a strong political voice.
They absolutely could.
If you had tens of thousands of micro business owners gathered together, they could have incredibly strong purchasing power. And you could go from getting the worst deals that exist out there to getting the very best deals for what you need out there.
If only they were an organization to kind of be an umbrella for all of those folks.
That's exactly right. And that's what the Colorado Microbusiness Alliance is. So we also do seminars, and we go big with the seminars. We have seminars with lots and lots of people who come, and then afterwards we stick around and have a different type of networking event with maybe with lots of people who normally wouldn't show up to a networking event.
All right. So is it a membership organization?
It is. It's a membership organization, and I think for the value that you get, it's remarkably inexpensive. It's $5 a month or $48 a year.
What?
Yeah.
You're going to do training?
Yes.
You're going to do networking events?
Yes.
And you're going to have conversations about things that really matter to micro business owners, including political action and
the bulk purchasing. That's all. And the reason we keep it so inexpensive is so that we can really encourage lots and lots and lots of people to join, because the more people we have, the cooler stuff we can do, the better deals we can get.
Friends, listen to me right now. Greg is about to give his phone number, and you want to just bombard that thing right now. $48 a year? Are you kidding me? We can't come close to duplicating it. And it's already done. It's done for you. If you're in Colorado and you want to join and you want to participate, you've got to connect here. The number, please.
So the number is 303-848-3232. That number again is 303-848-3232. And our website is a really incredibly long URL, but it's www.coloradomicrobusinessalliance.com.
That's not so long. Just get rid of the W's. You don't need them. coloradomicrobusinessalliance.com. That's all it is.
You got it. Exactly.
You could go CMBA, but no, you'll never remember that. Colorado Microbusiness Alliance. You got it. .com. Really, $5 a month or
$5 a month or $48 a year. That's exactly
in case your cash flow can't handle the $48 infusion. Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Greg, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Every Tuesday right here at 11:20, we're going to hear from Greg, and he's going to tell us what's going on. He's going to talk about street smart biz tips. He's going to share what he's learned, and he wants to hear your questions too. So give him a call. The number again
is 303-848-2834. And let me give my email address if I could.
All right.
Because I would love to hear the things that your listeners have learned as small business owners that they never would have known, but for being in the midst of the struggle. So
give it out and we'll put it out again.
It is Greg at Colorado
Microbusinessalliance.com.
You got it.
It is. All right, folks. You got it. It's going to be easy to remember. Greg at GREG at ColoradoMicrobusinessalliance.com. Get involved. Oh my gosh, you've got to get involved. You don't have to be political. You let them be political for you, but have the conversation. Take an interest in your business. ColoradoMicrobusinessalliance.com. Greg Bashaw. Thanks so much, man.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Look forward to having you back next week. Folks, don't go anywhere. More positive business talk. It's because what you come to expect right here on the Experience Pros Radio Show, and I'll keep my shirt on.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
When you work from home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Helene's Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Helene's Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
Let's face it, you're stuck. Sure, your business is stable, but you've been floundering it even for too long. It's time to call Stephanie Scheller. Stephanie is a systems, business, and marketing coach who's helped over 300 companies improve their results by setting up systems and holding them accountable to trackable growth. Sometimes all you need is a fresh perspective and a little bit of accountability to break through to the next level of your success story. Call Stephanie today, 210-426-6956, and just talk to her. 210-426-6956. She can help. It's your business. Call today.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
The top 5 search results get 75% of all the clicks. 75%! That means if you're on page 2, you are missing out on tons of potential business. You, my friend, are in need of professional help. At SharpNet Solutions, it's not all about clicks. It's about making sales. They optimize the Experience Pros Extreme Customer Service Directory, and they can optimize your business. Call them today, 303-900-4988. That's 303-900-4988. Or find them online at sharpnetsolutions.com. Put their talents to work and see what they can do for you. 303-900-4988. Mention the Experience Pros and get up to 50% off. Call today.
At highway speeds, the average text takes your eyes off the road for about 5 seconds. That's enough time to travel the length of a football field. Stop texts, stopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service on Facebook.com/ExperiencePros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Hey, our next guest is no stranger to design. In fact, she's been doing it for 6.5 years, and I'll tell you something, you need to meet Helene Edwards. She pursues design with enthusiasm and professionalism. She prides herself on color matching her clients' spaces with the choices and preferences through color consultations, and she listens to what the clients have to say about their taste, and she designs truly a dream space, both corporate and in the home. And we're going to talk a little bit about the do's and don'ts in design. Please welcome Helene Edwards. Helene, welcome to the show.
Hi, Eric. Thank you so much for having me.
Super great to have you in. I'm super excited because I am design illiterate. I really am. I don't know whether I should feng or shui. I don't. I mean, I'm just messing with the feng shui thing, folks. But I don't get it. But you do, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So you brought us a list of some of the top things, do's and don'ts in design. Let's pick one and start with it.
All right.
Okay.
Probably your most important one is focus on your focal point. And so here in Colorado, we have beautiful views.
Yeah.
So if you have a wall of windows, focus on that view,
Okay.
especially if it's a mountain view.
All right.
Go with that. Design your furniture around that.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Fireplace could be your focal point, or just even some item that you absolutely love.
Now we can move this to the outside as well. If the fire pit or the outdoor kitchen is the focal point, we can build around that as well, right?
Most definitely.
All right. Okay, good. What's point number 2?
Point number 2 is definitely don't be afraid of color. So many people are afraid of color. So if you like a bold color, maybe it's a purple or something.
Yeah.
Don't put it on your walls. Accessorize with it. Right. So keep the bones of your room neutral, whether it's gray, beige, brown, black, white.
I was going to say, I didn't hear you say white, but.
Yeah, absolutely. White leather couch. So keep your bones neutral.
Okay.
And accessorize with that bold color if you love it. Turquoise, yellow, whatever the case may be. When you accessorize, you must have odd numbers. And so you typically want to have at least 3. As long as you splash 3 of that orange, purple, turquoise, whatever color you love, it will fit and it will seem like it should be in that room.
I've walked into professional offices before, and you get the feeling that these folks are just occupying the space.
Absolutely.
Or you walk in and you're like in nirvana. I mean, it's like a zen comes over you. You almost hear the chimes. It makes such a difference. And I think actually more business gets done in a well-designed space.
Definitely. It just creates a feeling of productivity. It also creates a level of professionalism.
Yeah.
I know when I go into an office, if it has been designed, you can tell.
You absolutely
can tell. And it instantly gives that company clout.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Okay, so I may or may not be the person who swings the pendulum all the way to one side or the other, but I remember the time when lighthouses were my thing, right?
Gosh.
I mean, I got a tattoo of a lighthouse on my arm. I got, which apparently everybody has seen now earlier in the show. But I had lighthouses everywhere. I mean, I had lighthouse paintings. I had lighthouse statues. I had lighthouse cups. What's this point?
This point is, if you love a theme, don't overdo it.
Yeah.
You should not know what that theme is when you go into your room. It should be subtle. If you like lighthouses, perfect. Do 3. Do 5. Don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, honestly, you walk into that room and it's like,
right.
Because it's like that single woman who loves cats and all she has is cat everything. Imagine dating
You know who you are. You know who you are.
You walk into that as a potential boyfriend and that boyfriend's like, wow.
Yeah.
So you never want to overdo it. Think subtlety. Take those nautical colors and just go a little nautical versus lighthouses throughout.
Okay. All right. You said nautical. That's like a theme.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
There are other themes, though, that we can employ that may be appealing and attractive, and again, in moderation, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Give me some ideas of some other themes that we can go with.
I love to tell my clients, your master bedroom, your master retreat.
Right.
How much time do we spend in there? A lot.
A lot, yeah.
So pick your favorite vacation spot, Caribbean, European, whatever the case may be. Splash that into your master bedroom. Make that master retreat feel like your favorite vacay spot. And so bring those antiques and things you got when you were traveling, incorporate them into your master bedroom for sure. Take color, splash it on the wall.
Right.
That's a neutral color. Take those bold colors of Spain, those cobalt blues and those oranges, and accessorize in those if you like Spain or Greece.
This makes a lot of sense. It's going to make me feel very zen.
Yeah.
Now, I also once dated a girl who you mentioned the cat lady.
Yeah.
She wasn't the cat lady, but she kind of was because she had a thing for leopards and leopard prints.
Oh my gosh,
and
yes.
in her office.
Yes. Yes.
There was a wall. I'm not making this up. There was a wall that had leopard spots on it.
Oof.
And then you walked into the next wall and there was leopard eyes looking at you.
Oh, wow.
Help me, Helene. Help me.
Basically, if you love zebra and you love cheetah, absolutely, who doesn't?
Right.
Okay, but keep it simple.
Please.
Always remember, do it in the rug. Do it in a pillow. Do not do it on a wall. Do not overdo it. Again, do not overdo
like the Dr.
that
Seuss
theme.
design.
Absolutely.
Do it in a rug, do it in a pillow, do not do it in a wall.
Well, because, it does
not
get
do it at all.
It gets overwhelming for your guests. They do not feel relaxed.
Yeah.
If it is overdone, it feels cluttered, and you do not feel relaxed in that space.
I live in a 706 square foot shoebox of an apartment.
Sure.
Okay. And I have so much furniture.
Yeah.
What's your advice there? Because I just got a new couch. Now the good news is I swapped out the couch for the love seat,
Nice.
But I didn't get rid of a couple of other things that maybe I should have.
Garage sale.
Right?
Absolutely.
I'm on the 3rd floor of an apartment. My garage sale involves throwing stuff off the balcony.
Donate it.
There you go.
Donate it. Donate it to Habitat for Humanity. They're in Denver.
Oh, okay.
And it's a incredible organization. There's also Bud's Warehouse. And Bud's Warehouse is for people who are looking for vanities and tables and whatever.
We've featured Bud's Warehouse here on the show before.
They are fabulous. I shop them sometimes for my clients.
And don't forget, there's also ARC and Goodwill and other places that you can go to.
Obvious.
And plenty of places to get rid of your stuff. These are great designs, and I think we've made the case that a well-designed space, both at home, brings that zen into where you're going to be, and of course, anything that you can do to bring that experience into your life is better. And also at the office for the guests that you bring in, and I use the word guests, not customers, because it should be an inviting environment.
Yeah. So many people forget even their own personal office.
Yes.
You spend all day in there.
Right.
Take that color you love. Be bold with it. It's your office.
Yeah.
If nobody's coming in there, have fun with it.
I'm going to give you an idea here for your business.
Yeah.
I think you should design interiors of cars.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Because I spend a lot of time there too.
Sure,
So
why
I don't
not?
know, you come up with something. I don't know what that looks like. You do, though. You are Helene of Helene's Designs, and you've got some specials that you wanted to mention for our listeners.
Yes. Normally I charge $75 to redesign somebody's space. So basically what that consists of, me going in there, fluffing up that room that I've talked about, but taking what you already have, your existing items throughout your whole home, and staging one room for you, typically your main space.
$75 for the room?
That's what I normally charge.
That's nothing.
But for Experience Pros listeners, up until the end of August, I'm only charging $50 per room.
Ladies and gentlemen, run, don't walk to your closest cell phone and dial this phone number.
720-233-7302.
Again.
720-233-7302.
You can find her online at helenesdesigns.com. That's Helene, Helenes, designs.com. Or better yet, just pick up the number and call 720-233-7302. Do it now. $50 a room. Are you kidding me? You got to mention Experience Pros. You heard it here, and you're going to get a great deal. $50 per room. You could afford to do 3 rooms for the price of 2. And you've got more than that. Just get it on, get it done. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for you.
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's really my passion. The biggest compliment I receive when I do redesigns is, I would never think of that. And I think in my head, absolutely, that's why I'm here.
You need a fresh set of eyes. You know, you really do. All right. And Helene, is there a place where people can find this information, the top 10 do's and don'ts in design?
Yes, you can find it on my website and on my Facebook page.
There you go. Helene's Designs on both Facebook and helenesdesigns.com on the interweb. Helene, it's great having you in the studio. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
You've added value to our listeners, and so we're grateful for you. Don't go anywhere. More positive business talk coming next. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Women-owned businesses are on the rise, but where do you go when the bank says no? Ladies, you know it's tough to secure the capital necessary to launch or develop a new business. You need to know attorney Steve Replin of the Replin Law Group. Steve specializes in helping women secure hard money lending when no one else will step up. You have an ally in Steve Replin. He has the knowledge and resources to get you the money you need to grow your business. Call Steve today. It's Money in the Bank, your bank. 303-322-7919 or replinlawgroup.com.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in. All your computer quirks and hangups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
Don't get stressed when your car gets damaged. Just call the doctor. Bumper Doc Denver can restore your car to mint condition. Whether it's hail damage, bumper dings, or carver's garage, Bumper Doc Denver can get you back in your car and on the road quickly. They can also process your claim. Bumper Doc's experts work with all insurance companies. Estimates are free. At Bumper Doc Denver, you always come first. Visit bumperdocdenver.com or call today 303-369-7292. That's 303-369-7292.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance is located right here in Denver. They've been helping companies across the U.S. for over 40 years. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Jack Loudon at Riviera Finance now at 303-409-7706. That's 303-409-7706 or visit RivieraFinance.com.
As a business owner, you know what it's like to wear a bunch of hats, and we know it too, which is why our very best advice to you is to outsource your accounting to By the Numbers Bookkeeping and Accounting. Philip Aronoff is well known to listeners and members of the Experience Pros Network. He was voted the best bookkeeper in the state of Colorado during the Fan Braggin contest, and he can absolutely help you build your business while making sure your accounting is all taken care of. Call Philip today and take that bookkeeping hat off for good. 720-837-0860. That's 720-837-0860.
Tell your staff to tune in daily to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Business training and inspiration from national experts are here for you every day on the Experience Pros Radio Show. Start your week off by learning a great new business skill. Tune in midweek to boost your positive attitude and be sure to always end your week with Fan Braggin Friday. The Experience Pros Radio Show is here for you every day, changing the way people treat people in business. Join the revolution and tune in to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Weekday business training designed to inspire you to get your business right.
The Dana Show, 6 p.m. weekdays on KLZ 560.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us today. Let's wrap up this show by welcoming Angel back. Welcome.
Hello.
Glad you're here.
I hear I missed some good stuff. I step out for a couple of minutes. That's it. Over hanging out with our friend Angie Austin.
Isn't she amazing?
Good news with Angie Austin. Actually, we're putting together a conference in October.
Oh.
Kind of Angie's version of Women of Faith.
All right.
They did this last year, so it's their second annual. Real women, real life, real solutions.
I love that.
And it's the second one, October 3rd. So we did a whole show on that. It'll be on the Good News with Angie Austin. And so, yeah, I step out for a couple of minutes.
Right.
And here I am. I'm surrounded by these women, and we're having
Me too.
This, it's very uplifting. It's very encouraging.
Yeah.
It's very cleansing.
Absolutely.
And I understand that while I am gone over there, purifying my soul.
The show went very well right here.
You're over here taking your clothes off.
No, not my clothes, just my shirt. And it was for science and safety.
Safety.
Well, Lorianne Horowitz from Safety Solved was here, and she made the case that CPR, knowing CPR, is not just enough. You need to have an AED, an automatic electronic defibrillator.
Yeah, if you've got an office, if there are people around, and I know there are certain industries where it's required, but no matter what, you've got people in an office that are coming and going, you need an AED machine.
And she brought me one.
Oh, excellent.
So I thought, well, what better than to do an illustration?
I don't think you're supposed to practice that on human beings.
Well, this one, she assured me, would not actually shock. This is a training device.
Oh, okay. And you can use it on people? Because you're not just supposed to play with those and practice on real people who are not having a heart attack. No.
When it says stand clear, truly stand clear. But no, you'll have to go back and look at the video. I think it was important to see how easy it is. There's just two pads. You stick one here, one here.
And you have to do it with your shirt off?
Yes, it has to be attached to the skin. So
you seriously took your shirt off?
I seriously did.
And we have it on video?
We really do.
And Cher has pictures.
ExperiencePros.com.
And Mindy, who's training at our board, she had to watch this.
She's been rubbing her eyes with Visine ever since.
You know what I've noticed is
what that's all about.
So Charlie usually sits up a little higher, and so he can see everything going on in here.
Right.
I noticed now she's kind of like ducked low. She just barely wants to.
Better for you.
She barely wants to see what
she looks like. What was the guy's name? Is it Kilgore or Kilroy? Kilroy, just or the guy on the Home Improvement show.
Home Improvement with the fence, where you can only see. Yeah, she doesn't want to see what you've got going on in here.
All right. Well, it was for science and for your safety, and maybe for your entertainment. My phone exploded. I got people. Oh, that's funny. That's hysterical. I can't stop seeing what I'm looking at.
I can never unsee that.
Right. So. Let's
talk about motivation killers. On that note, let's segue into our topic of motivation killers.
Hey, listen, it happens to everyone.
Eric with his shirt off.
No. Come on now. Don't be hurtful. Kate Taylor at entrepreneur.com writes 10 biggest motivation killers and how to fix them. Don't know that we're going to get through all 10, but we're going to do our best. It happens to everyone. Sitting at your desk, you realize you lack any motivation whatsoever to get the work done. Good luck being productive. It is infecting the entire audience or office. How do you fix it? Well, let's talk about what they are, and we'll give you some quick solutions on them. Number one is inadequate rewards. Do you know that not paying your team members what they're worth will absolutely demotivate them?
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Mm-hmm. I think paying yourself what you're worth is also kind of demotivating.
No, not paying yourself what you're worth.
Right, not.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
not.
Paying yourself what you're worth is...
Oh, is good.
Good.
That would be good.
Yeah.
I don't know what that feels like, but I'm pretty sure that would be good.
Listen, here's the danger. 26% of engaged employees, those who are really engaged, would leave their current job if all you did was give them a 5% pay increase. They would quit if you decided 5% was it.
5%?
Yeah. Wow.
No, wow.
Clearly, here's how you fix it. Clearly define an open reward system.
All right.
Okay. All right. If your office space, and this goes right along with Helene and the design conversation we just had here, if your office space sucks, it doesn't nurture productivity, your folks are going to be demotivated.
I know somebody who works in an office, and he shares an office space. They share kind of a conference table with that whole team. And he says, I just wish I had my own cubicle, my own desk, so I'd feel like an employee and not an intern.
Right.
But he is an employee, and they all share. And so your stuff is kind of just out there for everybody.
If you've got funky office space,
it actually they say that you actually end up having 62% more sick days.
Right. So it's time to rethink that office layout. Make sure you call somebody like Helene who can shift stuff around and get your feng shui back in place. If you're not offering your employees self-development, not providing the chance to learn, that's bad for you.
All right. So I think we all need to continue our education. Go to conferences, attend workshops, just something to improve our situation, because we know we haven't stopped learning. And so encouraging your staff to go and do stuff for self-development, even if it's charitable, volunteer time, something that just kind of, feeds their intellect and feeds their soul.
Even the Google, that big company that everybody's aware of, they allow their employees to spend 20% of their time on personal projects. That seems a lot, but how about this? Do something practical. Send your team to a fun training.
Right, or have some built-in workshops. Have people come in, go to things. Give them time off to attend other workshops, and just make it part of their workspace.
If you don't allow your employees to be a part of the solution, a conversation, a collaboration, if you don't let them have any say in anything, they're going to be demotivated.
Well, they say on average that 39% of workers don't feel as if their input is appreciated.
Wow.
We might ask them, but we don't do anything with it. And so making sure they feel like they are part of a team. That's not just a group of people working together. It's a group of people who trust each other.
Absolutely. The fix for that is ask a question every now and then implement their solutions. Here's a demotivator for sure. Negative people. Negative people.
Don't like negative people.
No.
No. And here's the thing. When you've got negativity in the workspace, it impacts everybody. Even if you only have one person, it's that bad apple spoiling the whole bunch.
Yeah.
If you've got negativity in your environment, it squelches all room for positivity. When we talk about positive business talk, having a space where positivity is allowed and encouraged and expected.
Yep.
But as soon as you get something negative, it spreads to your coworkers immediately, and you now have a negative work environment that takes way too much resources to try and get it back.
It is viral. And finally, I'm going to just end with this one. A fear of failure. Not cultivating an open culture offers this opportunity for people to be fearful of their failure. Don't punish the people for their honest mistakes. Look, if it happens, it happens. We learn, turn it into an opportunity. Well, there you have it. Wow, what a great show it has been. And it's hard to imagine that the time flies as well as it does.
It really was a fast show today.
What you need to do, though, is go check out experiencepros.com. If you didn't see the video, it's interesting. But you also can find all kinds of cool stuff, including the calendar, where we list a congregation of all kinds of stuff going on.
All sorts of fun stuff right there at experiencepros.com. Participate, hang out with us, find out what our members are up to, and join us. Don't forget to sign up for your BOGO tickets, buy one, get one, for the Epic Summer Summit on July 30th.
Do that at theconnectingexperts.com. That's theconnectingexperts.com. Buy one, get one. And we're going to be there. It's going to be a fantastic event. And of course, Carrie Conley's doing her thing with End It the Way You Intend It.
2-hour workshop on making sure you've got your vision and goals for the year. Incredible networking. Stop by the Experience Pros booth and you can do a free 30-second commercial.
Oh, wow. That's valuable.
I know. Buy one, get one at theconnectingexperts.com.
All right. On behalf of Mindy, our producer, and Angel, myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every single day. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in and participating in this, the revolution in how people treat people in business. Now we encourage you to do something crazy. Give somebody a 20-second kiss. We're not talking locking lips. That's kindness is so simple.
This has been the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.